All right, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for hopping on this call. We have your VPs. Oh my gosh, you guys, I don't even know what I'm saying. What am I saying? Well, meet your VPs. What should I call this? I didn't even think about this. I just started
Yeah.
meet your
I love
VPs.
meet your VP.
I think this is a really great start. Like, let's not get rid of this.
Okay, everybody. Take two. Welcome to the Meet Your VP call. My name is Hillary Duggan, and I'm an Executive National Vice President with Arbonne. Today, we're just going to be sharing our top tips for how to build a successful Arbonne business. We are so excited for you to start your journey with Arbonne, and just know that we believe in you so much. And the biggest tip that I can give you as you're starting your business is just to borrow the belief of your upline and to borrow our belief as VPs that have made it to the top 2 and 1% of this company. Just borrow our belief, because in the beginning, things can feel scary. It can feel uncertain. It can feel risky, and you can feel vulnerable putting yourself out there, and when you're not sure what the outcome is going to be. But just know that we believe in you. We have seen what is possible with this business, and we have seen that with hard work and putting in the effort and not quitting, that you can take your business to wherever it is that you want to go. This business is effort-based. It's based on the amount of work that you're willing to put in, and you really get out of this what you put in. And so just borrow our belief, you guys, and just know that it is never too early to start diving into personal growth and development. So when I first started my business, I didn't even really know what that term meant. I remember hearing, oh, do personal growth, do personal development. I had never done that before Arbonne. But really what this means is just going to work on yourself. It's doing the hard work to uncover things that are limiting beliefs that you have grown up with your entire life, things that have held you back, and go to work on those things. Do the hard work. And how you do that is by reading personal growth and development books. We have a long list of recommended books that you definitely want to get started on as you start your business. You want to be listening to podcasts that will help to grow your mind, grow your belief in this industry, grow your belief in this business. You want to be listening to SoundClouds, and we always say, listen to at least one SoundCloud a day. And SoundClouds are a really great way to just hear success stories from across Arbonne, to hear how other people have built successful Arbonne businesses, and really to just go to work on your belief in this company, in network marketing as a profession, and go to work on believing in yourself, because you will grow to the level in your business the exact correlated amount to your willingness to grow yourself. So go to work on yourself. Personal growth and development is everything. 90% of what this business is, it all happens in between your ears, in your mindset and in your belief. So that is my biggest tip for you, is just to really dive into personal growth and development right away.
All right, thanks, Hilly. So my name's Heather Melton. So I am an independent consultant and regional vice president with Arbonne, and I'm from San Diego. And I would say my top tip, and I talk about this all the time, so if you know me, you've heard me talk about this, but my top tip is to grow your grit. So it is having grit. What that means is that you go after your goals and you go after your dreams, no matter what comes in your way, no matter what your circumstances are, no matter what pops up in life, no matter what's going on around you. When you grow your grit, you're able to persevere through those things, and you're able to just bounce back quicker. And when you have setbacks, that's actually where your grit is grown. So it should be the most comforting thing in the world to you, the fact that no one is just naturally born with grit. No one's naturally born just like being the grittiest person out there. So grit is grown. It's like a muscle. It's something that you have to work hard at. It's something that you have to develop along the way. It's something that is completely grown through setbacks. So in this business, you're going to get no's, you're going to get cancellations, you're going to get team members quitting, you're going to get people saying, maybe negative things or coming up short of goals. Like, all of those things are so normal to happen in this business. But if you have grit and you're able to just bounce back quicker and quicker, and you're able to do that just through growing your grit, then you'll be able to achieve anything that you want in this business. I would say that being able to persevere through these things and just get through these setbacks and just make it through it and just continue on your course of action, that is really what is going to develop your grit. And so we always say that if you have grit, you're going to get resourceful. And if you have you don't have grit, then you're going to have excuses. So just grow your grit. When you're brand new in this business, as if you're watching this, you probably are. So if you're brand new, just know that like there's this Arbonne high that you have, like Arbonne insomnia is a real thing. And so just know that like on those days, eventually you're going to have days where you're not motivated, and you're going to have days that, you know, maybe you don't feel like working your business, but it's that grit that you've developed that's going to keep you consistent and keep you working hard in your business, even on the hard days. So that is my top tip.
Who are you and what did you do before Arbonne?
Oh, sorry. I said I'm Heather Melton, and before I started my business, I actually worked in like the corporate world at a software company.
Hey.
Boom.
And then I'll circle back around to me too, because I forgot. I'm just such a genius. But
This is a great call.
great. Before Arbonne, I was an elementary school teacher. Pregnant with my first baby was when I really jumped into my business and decided that I was going to figure out a way to be able to have flexibility to work around being a full-time mom. And yeah, here we are, guys. Carly Pynchon.
There we go. Hi, I just had to, give that correction. Okay, my name's Carly Pynchon. I'm an independent consultant and executive national vice president with Arbonne. I want to say I did the whole information technology. That's what my role was. So I worked in government, 9-to-5 cubicle life, realized it wasn't for me, started my own health and fitness company. And then that too, same reason I jumped into Arbonne as Hilly. I had babies and I realized oh crap, 12-hour work days aren't really what I want. And so I just wanted to do something that would give me more time and flexibility. So that's really why I jumped into Arbonne. And my biggest tip for you is don't let anyone make you feel bad if you want to make Arbonne your number one priority, because that's what I had to do in order to grow my business. I had to put it above everything else. That meant skipping out on stuff that wasn't that important. That could have meant I didn't prioritize the gym as much. I didn't prioritize going to family events. I didn't prioritize friends as much. And I became obsessed with my business, and that's what allowed me to become successful. That was what allowed me to become successful, was that I made it a priority in my life. And because of that priority, I think this is something, same with grit, discipline is a muscle. You learn that discipline through action and habit. And so for me, the biggest tip would be learn that discipline is what's going to move your business forward. You have to do the things you don't feel like doing every single day. Exactly what Heather was just talking about with grit. And I think that's my biggest tip for you, would just be okay prioritizing your business. It is worth it. If anyone tries to tell you it's not, take it from all of us VPs. It is 1000% worth it to prioritize it and put in the work necessary to grow it. And just stay disciplined and keep going and do it every day. Show up every day and learn that commitment and consistency, because that's what's going to push your business forward. So over to you, Kirsten.
Hi, I'm Kirsten. I'm a mom and realtor, and I'm a national vice president with Arbonne. And my quick tip for having a successful business is to work it like a business and be consistent. So really early in my Arbonne business, I was told that if you treat this like a hobby, it will pay you like a hobby or nothing at all, because hobbies usually don't even pay you. But if you treat it like a business, it has the potential to pay you like a business. So obviously this business is effort-based, and the efforts that you put in is what you're going to get out of it. But if you were working a normal job or you had a traditional business, you couldn't just show up here and there and do your job some of the time and still expect a paycheck. So it's no different with Arbonne. If you are wanting to go to the top and you're wanting to get paid whatever it is that you're wanting to get paid, you have to put in the work and you have to take it seriously, and you have to show up as if it was a normal job that you were clocking into. So that's my biggest tip. And I think that all of us on this call can agree that you need to be consistent to be successful in Arbonne.
Yes, girl. Consistency is Kirsten Wagner. Seriously, that was what grew, that's how you are where you are. It's amazing.
Hi everyone, I'm Katie Jacobs. I'm a regional vice president with Arbonne, and before Arbonne, I was working for a school's insurance authority and a mom to a 1-year-old and also a bonus mom, and was just really looking for something to allow me to not have an 8-to-5 job. So my tip for just for you is to, I get nervous doing these things, sorry. Just so you guys can know I'm a normal, awkward person. My tip is just to follow our system for success, we have this, written for everyone, and everyone has this same accessibility. So it's not your job to come in and kind of write your own. Like, we have this for a reason, and if you just follow it and put in the hard work and effort and consistency and just keep working and not treat this like a hobby, you can achieve what you put into this. So that's probably my biggest tip, and just be coachable and trust your upline, trust everything that we're telling you on this video. So yeah, that's my biggest tip.
Awesome. Thank you, Katie. My name is Azul Nathayeb. I am a regional vice president with Arbonne. And before Arbonne, I worked as a chief operating officer for a small business. And I helped to grow that business. And I realized that I was growing someone else's dream and not my own dream. And so when Arbonne came to me, I guess how lots of us are reached out to, I was a hard no initially. And then as I had my baby, and I realized that I needed to stay home with her, I decided that Arbonne was the thing that I was going to make work. And so obviously, like you've heard on this call, Arbonne works if you do. And so my top tip is going to be that you need to put your blinders on. You need to stay in your own lane and focus on your own business. So looking around can cause comparison issues. And sometimes that cannot be beneficial. Sometimes it's great. Look around, get inspo, get ideas, get motivation from other people, but don't get discouragement. Don't start comparing your journey versus someone else's journey, because most of the work is behind the scenes. And a lot of people get caught up in what they see on social media and that how it's appearing to be, when people don't realize how much effort someone is putting in behind the scenes. So that is my top tip.
Thanks, Az. Hi, everybody. My name is Michaela Flores Aguilera. I'm from Vancouver, BC, and I'm an independent consultant and regional vice president with Arbonne. Prior to Arbonne, I was a server at a restaurant while pursuing my acting career here in Vancouver. And I was introduced to Arbonne through one of my best friends, Carly Pinchin. I became a preferred client of hers, loved the products, and then pursued to inquire more about the business later on after months of being a preferred client. So any of you who are listening and are preferred clients wanting to see if this is for you, this is probably your sign. So yeah, one of my biggest tips for me that helped me, that really changed and gave me that shift to basically level up and get to the VP level, was being coachable. I thought that when I started this business, obviously no one grows up wanting to be a network marketer ever. It just comes into your life when you need it to come into your life. And people who have, I took advice from Carly after hitting rock bottom and realizing, listen, I need to hear her out. If she's telling me to do something, I need to do it, not question it. So if she told me be on the team calls, I wasn't on team calls ever, hence why I wasn't leveling up. The second I started being and showing up and being on team calls early and being the last one out, I took a lot of value from it. I saw this is my responsibility. It's a business, it's not a job. And honestly, being on team calls, being coachable is the number one thing you got to start off doing this business. And then obviously everything else will just kind of make sense. So I'm going to pass the baton over to Jess.
Hello, everybody. My name's Jess. I'm an independent consultant and regional vice president with Arbonne. So I was one of those hard no's. I said no for 16 months to Carly Pinchin, who was my friend. I was known in the Arbonne world for being the one that said MLM really when she tried to talk to me. So fast forward, I was also in the healthcare along with her. We kind of morphed together into this business. So we actually met in the health and fitness industry while we were still both working for Fraser Health in the health corporate world. So I was a counselor, and I up and left it and decided to start my online health coaching business, which I still do to this day. And then fast forward 16 months later, after saying no and MLM really, I decided to start trying the products and fell in love with them, started the business opportunity, and then was also that person that said, I am not going to grow a business with this. I have absolutely no time. Stop trying to make me grow a team. And then within a few months, my team started to grow and I had a different vision. For me, it wasn't to leave the 9 to 5. I absolutely love my career, but I wanted to help other women to learn how to become entrepreneurs. They didn't have the ability to open up their own health coaching business. But I have hundreds of women who are clients, and I saw them at home and struggling to make ends meet or having to leave their children and go to their jobs. And Carly had said something to me, but you have this ability to teach these women how to have this experience that you have. And so with that, I started to build my team and absolutely fell in love with it. So my top tip is show up with value. So a lot of times people come into any sort of business and they believe that it should just come to them, that everything should just come and people should follow. You have to be worth following. You have to be somebody that inspires people to take action in their life and inspires people to create change in their life. When you provide value, you give people something to take home with that builds connection and builds trust. So every single time someone joins my team, and I have a team, a pretty big team, and there's maybe only 2 influencers on it. Most of them are moms that had never made an Instagram story in your life. So if you're sitting there right now thinking, I have no idea how to do this social media thing, listen to me right now when I say you can. You just have to start from the ground up and start providing value. Start showing people the insides of your life. Get real with them, get vulnerable, and show them how they can change their life. You have the tools to show up with value. So show up with value and the rest will come. I'm gonna pass it off to Lauren.
Hi guys, my name is Lauren Pretz and I'm an independent consultant and regional vice president with Arbonne. And when I was first reached out to about Arbonne, I was the ghoster. I didn't answer, but in the background, what my sponsor didn't know is that I was thinking about it every single night. I couldn't stop thinking about it. And what Hillary also didn't know is that before Arbonne, I was a project manager. I was working 40 plus hours a week. I was commuting 3+ hours a day, and I was also 7 months pregnant. And so I considered my life good, but I just always kept thinking of like, is this really my purpose, or is there something else out there for me? Is this really like the end game? And so even though I didn't think I had all the qualities to jump into this business, I was an introvert, didn't really like talking to a lot of people, but even though that's where I was at, I knew that there was more, and so I jumped in. And just never really looked back. And so I guess my biggest tip for you guys is don't let your why become your excuse. So when we first start this business, we tell you guys to write down all of your whys, big and small. And really quickly in this business, your whys can actually become your excuse. So for example, and this was one of mine, is my why was to stay home with my daughter, or I just wanted to spend more time with her. And that could be with your family or with a significant other, or maybe you want to get out of a certain situation that you're in, whether it's with work or just in life in general. And so those are your whys, and that's what's going to motivate you in your business. But then all of a sudden you had a really hard day at work and you don't want to put those hours in after, or you really want to spend time with your family or your kids, or they were just really hard that day and you don't want to put that time into your business. And so I just want to let you guys know that it's short-term sacrifice for long-term gain. You might have to make those decisions at certain points in your business to choose your why and not make it an excuse. So I'll pass it to Alex.
Hi guys, my name is Alex Carey. I am an independent consultant and a regional vice president with Arbonne. So I actually have been in and out of the network marketing industry for 11 years. When I was 18, fresh out of college, that was when I dabbled in my first company, and I was kind of in and out. And pretty much long story short, about 3 years ago, right before Hillary asked me to take a look at the business, I remember saying out loud to my husband, I am never doing MLM again. It's not for me. I'm not good at it. Like, I will just never be one of those people that make it to the top of this company. Like, I don't understand how people do that. Like, I believed in the industry wholeheartedly. I just did not ever believe in myself succeeding at this. But I am not a college graduate. My parents also didn't go to college. And so I knew that if I wanted to build something sustainable for my family that was outside of, you know, paycheck to paycheck, then I was going to have to create an opportunity of some sort. And so when I was asked to take a look at Arbonne as a business, I first was a no for over a year. I had my son and he was a couple months old, and I was just like, no, not for me, never doing MLM again. And then 2 years later, I had my daughter, and everything changed. I was a stay-at-home mom. I knew I was going to have to go back to work if my husband and I ever wanted to own a house, or just, you know, have more than just the bare minimum to survive living in Southern California. And so Hillary, thank God, asked me again to take a look at the business. And my daughter was 4 months old, my son was 2. And I was like, this is everything that I need. I just need to like get over myself and just get over my fear and jump in and do this business. And so my tip for launching your business is, 1, you are worthy of all the success you're willing to work for. And so once you've established your why you're doing this, you know, that's what's going to be what motivates you forward and what pulls you out of those hard days. But once you've established that, get into massive activity as soon as possible. So send at least 100 reach outs within 48 to 72 hours using the 30 and 30 verbiage, because 1, that helps, you know, that helps people disarm themselves and feel like they can trust you and there's no pressure on them. And that way they're just open to taking a look at this. And all you have to do, like your only job in your first 72 hours of starting your business, is just getting in front of people and asking them to borrow their ears. You guys, we have this gift that we, I'm reading this book right now and it's so incredible, Get Over Your Damn Self. And she made such a good point that our job is to help people get to the decision-making process and filter them through our funnel. So what that means is just get in front of people, share the Arbonne story, share your story, and then we help them best for them. We don't attach ourselves to the outcome. What they decide to do with this is totally up to them. It doesn't affect us emotionally. We're going to make it to the top of this business if that's like what we're determined to do, regardless of what they say. So yeah, just get into massive activity, send 100 reach outs. And then when, you know, you don't need to know how to respond to someone if you don't have anyone to respond to, right? So before you make your list of questions of like, okay, well, when this happens, what do I say? Or when this happens, what do I do? Well, just get those appointments booked and, you know, get your mouth open and talking. And then once other people start asking you questions, and that's when you can, you know, ask for more coaching. But this is a passion on fire business, especially in your first couple months. Like, just like send reach outs till your thumbs fall off, and then start asking more questions. And you learn as you go. And that's the beauty of this, is we get to learn as we earn. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to be an expert. You just have to start talking. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to Steph.
Hi, everyone. My name is Steph, and I'm an independent consultant and executive regional vice president with Arbonne. My biggest tip today for you guys is to feel the fear and do it anyways. Like, that is something I tell everybody. It's something I tell myself as well, because Carly will know, is that I tell her I'm scared to this day. Like, these goals scare me, but I do it anyways. And a bit of my background is I actually still work full-time. I have a social work background and I work in a mental health and addiction treatment center. So I do that full-time. And I started my Arbonne business because I found out I was going to be a single mom. My husband asked for a divorce, and it terrified me because although I have a well-paying full-time corporate job, it was still going to be really hard to make ends meet as a single mom. So I was like, I know I need something more, and I know I was meant for something more. And so I had seen Carly do Arbonne for over a year, and I reached out to her and asked her about the business, and finally decided to jump on board when the separation process started. And honestly, it has been the best decision I've ever done in my life, because I can support myself and my little boy now, and like, it makes me want to cry. But this has been the biggest blessing in my life, and it is possible for anyone to do this. And I love the community that Arbonne has brought for all of us. So I'm just going to end it there and keep it short, but thank you. And I'm so glad you guys are here watching this. I'll pass this on to Kelsey.
Thanks, Steph. Hi, I'm Kelsey. I'm an independent consultant and a regional vice president. I was a dental assistant before and then a stay-at-home mom of a 1 and a 3-year-old. And my husband actually worked out of the province and he was gone most of the time. So I decided to do Arbonne after working with another network marketing company that just wasn't fulfilling for me. I just didn't stand for all the values and stuff behind it. And I saw the community with Arbonne and I decided to just jump in because we needed to have my husband home with us at night. And it's been so life-changing. And my biggest tip for you guys is to have a why that will help you stay disciplined enough to do the daily actions needed to push your business forward. So just going beyond the surface level and to dig deep to find a why that's really going to drive you and keep you in activity to stay consistent with this business. So that's basically all I was going to give you guys.
So I know Carly wanted me to jump back on quickly just to talk about the fact that Arbonne is not my first network marketing company. I have actually been with 3 other companies in the past. And I always believed in this business model. I always knew it would work. But I never fully aligned with the other companies that I had joined in the past. And when I found Arbonne, I knew it was for me. Everything, the values, the girls in it, the fact that it's such a classy company and has such high standards is exactly what I wanted. Like at first when I saw Carly, you know, wearing all the Arbonne stuff, I was like, what is this? But then I started to actually dig into like Arbonne as a company, the standards that we have, the products, the fact that everything's vegan and cruelty free. And it was stuff that I could stand behind, especially as a mom, knowing what I'm putting on my skin, the makeup I'm putting on my skin, because my son loves to sit on my lap and loves to put it on. And so I knew that Arbonne was the whole thing for me. And yeah, look what's happened. So yeah, do it.
Oh, amazing. Thanks guys for sharing. Honestly, just like how everyone said, most of us started off with fears, with hesitations, with doubts. Where you're sitting right now as a brand new consultant and you're wondering like, do I have what it takes? And can I actually make this work? Just know that it is completely up to you. You are just one decision away from jumping all into your business. And the beauty of this business is that you get to decide if you're going all in, if you're, you know, gonna do this at a slower pace and do it, you know, like more of like a hobby, like what Aslan said, but like just you are one decision away from just jumping in and going all in, and then just keep going. It just takes consistency and a decision to just shut the back door, remove the option to quit. If you want to go all in and you want to be a VP in this company, you got to shut that back door and just decide that Arbonne is going to work for you. And then obviously doing the activity and the personal growth to back that up. But thanks you guys for tuning in. We're so excited for you to start your Arbonne journey and we just cannot wait to see what you do and what you build. And we're here for you. We are cheering you on and we support you. We believe in you more than you probably even believe in yourself right now. But you got this.